For many years, the whistle was the only way to wake a young lady up when she was late for the morning shift, and she was a lifeguard. So, James, I'll pass this over to you. So if she doesn't get up, blow the whistle, she'll go. Okay, I'll introduce myself. My name's Paul Wells. I'm Sarah's father. So a big welcome to you all. I'm very fortunate to have two girls in my life. My beautiful wife, Pam. In the last 2 weeks, Robin, Alison, Pam and I all celebrated our 36th wedding anniversary. So, and the other girl is my little angel, Sarah. Like most parents, you get the chance to see your children grow, and you get to see things that you may be very proud of as well. So fortunately, Pam and I have got many, many of those to remember. So I'm not going to go through them all, Sarah, so I'll save you that. But one thing that's very special with Sarah is the relationship we've built with Sarah now. It's, to describe it, it's like best mates. It's true. It is. So I'm going to take this opportunity to say some words, actually, in front of your friends and family. On our Mother's Day and Father's Day cards, Sarah always writes, "Thank you for what we do for her." Okay? So anybody that really knows Sarah knows you're kind, you're very considerate, you're generous, and you're loving. So I want to say something to you, Sarah. Thank you for what you do for me and Mum. Okay? Thank you. Alright, that's the end of the crying stuff. Okay, so we wish you and James a long and happy marriage. And this doesn't come easy. There's many good times to enjoy, and there's some difficult obstacles to cross. So you'll work your way through it, but I thought I could share some tips from friends and family, and also some real classics from a 1950s good wife guide. So I'll have to read these as they were printed. So these are the top 10 best practices, but I've chosen my favourite 3. So we can either have a agree or disagree after each one. Wife. Don't greet him with problems and complaints. Don't complain if he is late for dinner. Count this as a minor problem, compared to what he might have gone through that day. Agree or disagree? The men in the room? Yeah. Second one, listen to him. You may have a dozen things to tell him, but the moment of his arrival is not the time. Let him talk first. Agree that? Yeah. And finally, this is a classic. So, make him comfortable. Have a cool or warm drink ready for him. Have him lean back in a comfortable chair, or suggest he lie down in the bedroom. Arrange his pillow and offer to take off his shoes. Speak in a low and soothing voice. Allow him to relax and unwind. Okay, so they're classic 1950s tips for being a good housewife. So, a lot of you have kindly put some of your own tips together, so I'm just going to pull 4 out of the bank. Right. So Jim, do as you're told, laddo. And that's from the Yorkshire Boss. Who's the Yorkshire Boss? Oh, nobody knows. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Jim, buy flowers once a month for your new wife. Happiness.
He's only a autumn weather yellow lady.
This is quite an interesting one. I showed my wife this one. It's visit somewhere neither of you have been every year. So that's quite nice. I like that one. And then never ask how much it costs. Okay? So there are a lot more here, so everybody's welcome to look at it. There was a very rude one, but I wouldn't dare read out, so but you're welcome to have a look through there. You might read it out, yeah. Okay, finally, I'll leave any jokes and stories to Ollie and Trev. James, Pam and I welcome you into our family. We always enjoy your company. It's great to see you and Sarah happy together. Thank you for Robin and Alison for taking Sarah into your wider family. We appreciate that. And that really just leaves me to ask you to stand and join me in the first toast. So, it's to wish James and Sarah a long and happy marriage. So, a long and happy marriage.
Cheers.
Okay, and I'll have the key back now, Sarah, as well. That's the key. Thank you, everybody. Okay.
Hello. Thank you for the kind words, Paul. I don't really know how I can follow it, but I'll give it a worst shot. So I think I'll start by sort of saying, on behalf of my wife and I, thank you all for coming to share a special day with us. With all of us, anyway. I know some of you have travelled quite a long way, so hopefully the free food and a bit of drink is helping soften the blow. It was on this day 12 months ago that my bank balance took quite a hit, and I invested in the engagement ring. And sort of seeing Sarah's smile, cries, sobbing on the way down the aisle, it's made it all worth the while. So I think I can speak on behalf of everyone here today and say just how beautiful you look. You've done an amazing job organising today, and you know you've done all the flowers, you've made all the bits and pieces of the tables, you've made the toasty, drinky things, and you know it's perfect. So fair play. And most of the time you were doing that, I was out riding my bike and having fun, so can't complain too much. I had one job for the wedding, other than turning up, and that was to grow flowers. I want to say that all of this was my hard work and green fingers, but unfortunately, it won't go as far as saying it was a disaster. But anybody who's getting married in the next 2 weeks, I've got a greenhouse full of plants that are about to come into flower. So our journey started just over 4 years ago, and to be honest, I knew I was on for a bit of a winner when on our first day we went to Mega Bowl bowling in. Just before we got there, Sarah says, "Oh, I've got a voucher." Sorry, so we got there and we ended up having getting a free food platter then, which was great until we left it on the seats while we were bowling. Turned around and some fat lad was there, stuffed his face with burgers and chips on it. So, needless to say, we ate none of it. Even though I beat you at both games. It was a pretty special night. I think we spent most of it sort of chatting and laughing and having a good time. So, do you remember my chat up line? Go on, Linda.
What was it? Can you feel this? And I went, what does it feel like? Boyfriend material.
Husband material now. As many of you will know, my long-term passion is my love of bikes and cars. So I couldn't really believe my luck when, for our first holiday, he suggested that we could go to Alpe just so I could race my bike. But a bit of a sort of catch in that was that we had to go to Paris for a weekend on the way down. But it was a pretty small price to pay, and you know. As we sort of, you know, we've had some good adventures, and hopefully we'll have many more now as husband and wife with a dog in tow. Sarah, you're kind, you're caring, hard-working, you have a patience of the saint, which is an absolute must to tolerate me. But I think our best attribute is our teamwork. I bought a dog. we've trained in. Sarah cooks the dinner and I eat it. I'll make a mess and you clean it up. So, what more can I say to that? We've lived together for quite a while now. And what I can say is I haven't married the woman that I want to live with. I've married a woman I can't live without. It gets worse, You're all going to be sick after this bit. I want you to know just how much you mean to me, and I know that whatever life throws at us, you'll always be there by my side, and for that I'm truly grateful. Love you very much. Can you all please raise a glass to my patient and beautiful wife? I think we should move on to the parents. Pam, Paul, the king and queen of the goat curry and sticky toffee pudding. If you haven't experienced the cooking yet, you really ought to. It's what Dad's been going on about for the last 2 weeks since he sampled it. I just wanted to sort of extend and say thank you for the very warm welcome into the family. From the first time we met in Wetherspoons to all the amazing times and meals that we've shared. You both made me feel so welcome and part of the family. For that, I'm really grateful. Sort of speaking on behalf of both of us about today, thank you for your help and support in making this happen. Both financially, emotionally, and for smuggling 75 bottles of wine through the Richard Customs. I can't forget to thank my parents, Alison and Robin. I don't say thank you enough for all that you've done for me through the years. I've had an unbelievable upbringing and I won't change any of it. Mum, you taught me right from wrong on his turn page. And Dad, you taught me quite a lot as well, but your short temper and extensive use of profanity is clearly what got on me. I'd like to propose another toast to the parents. Without this, none of us would be here. I'd like to thank the beautiful bridesmaids, Sarah, Lisa. I think I can speak on behalf of Sarah here, if she lets me, and just sort of say, thank you for all your support through the last few months, 12 months, and just generally being there for us. So I'd like to raise another toast, you can get drunk, to the bridesmaids. There's some very special people in our lives that sadly can't be here with us all today. So just want to raise an extra special glass to absolute friends and family. Absolute friends and family. Subjectively, I have a great bunch of friends, many of which are here today, and then there's the two best men, Trev and Ollie. They've been a massive part of my life, getting on for 20 years, and I have so much dirt that I can say about them, but I'm not that kind of person. One thing you should know about them is their tendency to exaggerate, so just keep that in your mind for the next probably 10 minutes. Thanks for both for sort of being you, and thanks for a great stag weekend. Ollie's newly acquired parental instincts must have been working that day when he did leave me abandoned with an absolute liability in Cheltenham at 3 o'clock in the morning. Trev can't laugh because he was in bed. At this point, I think we do need to have a round of applause for Trev. He made it past 10:30 in my stag do. This is a feat that he didn't actually manage on his own. Neither of the nights. And then I think we need to then also kind of point out that his task last night was to try and get me too drunk so I'd wake up with a hangover. I think that probably backfired, didn't it? I'll wait for the vibe, you didn't. Finally, before I hand you over to the boys for a few fabricated anecdotes, I'd just like to sort of say a final thank you for everybody coming today. So far it's been sort of beyond perfect. And I'd just like to raise a final toast to my amazing wife, the new Mrs. Huckabee. Thank you.
After Jimbo's famous performance at Ollie's wedding, here's a sweepstake going on for just how long this speech is going to take. You were pleased to know that we're taking inspiration from Jimbo's barber, and it's going to keep it short.
No, sadly, I put a pan on 35 minutes.
So, to introduce ourselves, I'm Trev, or Sam, if you haven't known my Christian name. I've been looking around on bikes now for just over 20 years with Jimbo. We've known to get a little bit competitive from time to time. I don't think it's that serious, but...
Oh, no, it is.
Yeah. Anyway, so after all this time, it's nice for Jimbo to finally admit I'm the best man.
I'm Ollie, and I've known Jimbo for around 15 years, or as Sarah will find out in 10 years' time, far too long. I believe the first time we met, he actually annoyed me so much, I put his beloved bike pump in a dog shit bin. And since then, not much has changed. He annoys me on a regular basis.
So, to give you all a better taste of the sort of person Jimbo is, we thought you'd take a brief history through some of the phases that Jim's been through. There's been a few.
Now, first of all, being Chris and James, he had a hard choice to make with what name he was going to stick with. Should he stick with the nerdy name James, or go by the business casual name of Jim, or the sporty outgoing name Jimmy? No, instead he chose the super goofy name of Jimbo, which I think you all agree suits him quite well.
So, onto these phases. The first of which was the one where he had hair. So we got our heads together, and our personal favourite haircut was summer 2003, where he was rocking a mullet, which was the one he had so that it would grow out and look really cool. But it didn't. Secretly, though, we think he was just going for the look of his beloved secret passions at the time, Busted and McFly. If we were in his car and this music came on, it was always Sarah's CD.
Now, shortly after this, we entered sixth form college together, and along with corridor cricket and free period poker, we actually went to a few classes. Jim actually enjoyed these so much, he took up geography as an extra subject, or at least he did until Mr. Weatherby realised he was in the wrong classroom and kicked him out. And to be fair, given his AS grades, that would have been his best one.
One of the more surprising phases Jimbo got through was the jewellery making phase. This might at first seem a little strange when you consider how little time and effort he normally puts into girlfriend's presents. Partially eating multi-pack of chocolate bars, that would be my point. But we must also consider just how tight he is. So, when you think about it, actually, it sort of made sense. But needless to say, it didn't last long, and yeah, there's not much of it left now.
I've still got mine.
Now, in all young men's life, there comes the phase when you start becoming interested in the opposite sex. And for Jimbo, it took a bit of convincing and cajoling. One night, after sharking around elements, as he called it, Jimbo returned back to my parents' empty house with a female in tow. And rather than, you know, trying to seal the deal in one of the spare rooms, Jimbo decided that a game of darts with the said lady was much more appealing. Although in the morning he still proclaimed that he scored a bullseye.
Anyway, so Jimbo was also an early adopter of social media. So at the moment, Jimbo on Jimmy's Garden Instagram, which has 3 times as many followers as I've got. Sharing pictures of Timber and his good head, as it's like to be referred to, on Timber the Trail Dog, or potentially flogging the odd bamboo t-shirt on Earth Clothing Co.
Still available.
My personal favourite though was one of the early attempts, which was a group, wasn't it, called Jimbo with his trousers down? Sort of self-explanatory there.
Jimbo actually had many short-lived loves in his life. He had a love for kites, but that was responsible for a broken nose. A love for motorbikes, but that was responsible for a hole in his pocket, so he quickly went off that. A love for golf, but with a short temper and a lack of patience, this was responsible for his high blood pressure. And hence went off that.
So, there's also been a few constants in his life. And we realised when we first met Sarah that it was going to be a good match. We found out she shared 3 of these hobbies with Jimbo: cycling, dogs, and wearing women's clothing.
Yes, in my mum's jacket. Now, actually, there was a hobby that both Jimbo and Sarah enjoyed that they kept secret from all of us, and they were really interested in it. Weirdly, they both met through a shared love of fishing, and plenty of it too, or at least I think that's what they meant when they said they met on plenty of fish.
So, we thought we'd take this opportunity to give you a little bit of marital advice from our couple of years' experience each. So, first piece of advice: most problems in marriages seem to come from when the man does too much thinking. But we thought that you're not going to struggle with that.
Again, a bit of advice for both of you. Sarah, you must remember, men are like fine wines. They start out as sour grapes, and it's your job to stamp on them until they mature into something you would like to have after dinner. By coincidence, Jimbo, women too are like fine wine. They start out fresh, fruity, and intoxicating to the mind, and then they turn full-bodied with age and eventually give you a splitting headache.
One final piece of advice for Sarah. If you want to win an argument, any argument, no matter how wrong you are or how emotional Jimbo is being at the other end of the argument, top piece of advice: get pregnant.
Right, joking aside, we'd both like to echo the words from Jimbo in saying how fantastic the bridesmaids look and how well you've supported Sarah. Indeed, they are only eclipsed by Sarah herself, who I'm sure you'll all agree looks stunning today. Jimbo, you just look stunned, mate. For both of you, I can't think of anyone else that better suits you both. You really are a great match. Be warned though, going on holiday with Sarah, it's like going to Las Vegas with Alan from a hangover. If she wants to get mutsy, she is getting mutsy. We'll stop at nothing to get it. Lastly, from myself, I'd like to say, Jimbo, you've been such a great friend over the years. We've done so many stupid things, but they've all been a good laugh, and long may that continue. Keep ringing me at 5 o'clock, just so I know that you finished work before me. And I've not. And keep pestering me to get out of my bike over the years. I might make it a bit more of a habit.
I'd also like to say thank you for the experiences over the years. As I said when you were my best man, thank you for consistently dragging me astray and generally being an idiot. Long may it continue. And thank you for Sarah for encouraging me out on the Sunday so he keeps riding his bikes. I realise it's probably like Victoria's because you need to keep sane, isn't it? So thank you both for what you brought to our lives. And yeah, let's raise a toast to the husband and wife.
Jimbo and Sarah. Now please, a standing ovation for the best man.